To steal what?
Steal the information. All of it.
Yeah, but whose information is it? And the more you learn about this system, the more upset you get.
Oh, my dear Mr. Williams. Peppermint? Hmm? Information is power. If you don't have the information, one cannot seize power. You need to think about becoming mentally competitive. Being black does not free you from being a responsible individual.
Yeah, but being a responsible individual don't free you from being black. Now do it.
That's right.
Poor misguided soul. You have yet to learn the rules of this game.
He will.
I don't want to. See, I'm smart enough to know it's not my game to play. Just a pawn like everybody else.
Used intelligently, a pawn can create a checkmate, Mr. Williams, or become a very powerful player himself. Don't you understand? This is all a game. All of this. Like basketball, football, Mr. Big Time Track Star, a game. You play it and you play it to win, because in the real world, no one wants to hear excuses or empty rhetoric. No. They want to know if you have a plan.
Hey, what's going on, y'all? Knowledge coming at you. That's a clip from one of my favorite movies, Higher Learning. I just thought that clip was so deep, and it really relates to what I'm about to talk about. But you know, I saw a brother's video out here. You know, I watch him pretty often, and you know, his whole video is about black people not making it here in America because of their own downfall. And you know, basically his whole theory around this video was, you know, you haven't made it in today's time, or you know, you're living in poverty is because you were just too lazy, or you failed to get you failed to get educated, or you just made the wrong choices in life. And you know, I thought he did a good video. I'm not gonna say the brother's name, nothing like that. This ain't no beef video or none of that shit. But you know, I thought he did a good video. But at the same time, I disagree with him, because you know, we have a lot of people, a lot of black people in this country with that same mindset. Like, you know, if we haven't made it, or someone's living in poverty, or someone's, you know, struggling, or you know, have just a regular 9-to-5 job, trying to make ends meet, that they somehow made bad choices and, you know, they're just lazy. And that's not always the case. You know, things happen in life where it forces us to be compressed to certain situations. You know, everyone who hasn't so-called made it in America, whatever the hell that means, is not because they're lazy, or because they failed to get educated, or because they just have lack of ambition. You know, racism and discrimination, going back to the brother's video, you know, he was talking about how, you know, you have a lot of people who blame their downfall and their failures on racism or the white man. And, you know, although we do have black people in this country who blame the white man for everything, you know, blame everything on racism, and, you know, a lot of it does go back to the lack of them having that certain drive, or that certain common sense or intelligence to realize that, you know, I have to make myself competitive in this world, being a black woman or a black male. You know, we do have that in our communities, but at the same time, everybody who so-called has not made it is not because of that reason. You know, we have people every day that, you know, deal with discrimination, deal with racism, deal with all kind of things. And just like I've said before, racism is more institutionalized now. It's not that, you know, you got to sit on the back of the bus type of shit. Racism is within the workforce, it's within the government, it's within the prison system. We see how, you know, a lot of our brothers are locked up a lot quicker than any other ethnicity. So, you know, it's more institutionalized now, and it's more of a trap to catch us all and keep us in either mentally in bondage or physically in bondage. And whether that's from not knowing who we are or not knowing our history or us being locked behind bars, you know, it's more of a, I would say, constructive way of keeping us contained and keeping us in a permanent underclass nowadays, you know. And you know, I think that excuse me, I think that, you know, us as black folks in this country, we just have to realize that we do have to be competitive, but at the same time we can't act like if we so-called haven't made it to a certain level or what we feel like is success by white America standards, that we somehow fail as a people. You know, I think part of us reaching our overall success is when we get our educational system right. I'm talking about within the black community or the Hispanic community or those areas where it's deeply impoverished. You know, when we start fixing our educational system and we start knowing who we are and learning our history and calling out these symbols out here, and we start just being more productive just for our families as a whole. You know, our brothers stand up, being fathers in the home, being a leader, not going out and putting on a dress, but actually being men. When, you know, our black women start supporting our black men and they start standing by them like they did back in the 50s and 60s. When we get back to that, that's what I consider success. Not just for one person, but for us as a whole. And, you know, I just wanted to put that out there because, you know, you have a lot of black people out here that, you know, might have got a college degree or whatever, you know, making good money. They so-called or feel like they've been accepted by white America. So somehow they feel like if you're not at my level, then you somehow fail. There's something that you didn't do. And like I said before, you know, you can smile, you can dance, you can cheat for them white folks, but at the end of the day, you are still black and you're a nigger to a lot of people, you know, and that's not going to change. So, you know, I just think it's important for us to just support everybody and understand each other's situations. You know, it's not about us trying to cross over to white America. You know, let's take care of black America first. And once we take care of black America, then we can branch out and we can start changing things that on the outside. But it starts at home and it starts with us as individuals. But, you know, I don't want to make this video too long, but that's all I want to say. You know, hey, we got to start taking care of one another, taking care of our home before we go out and try to clean somebody else's house. You know, and just because you made it or, you know, you got yourself a college, just like I said before, you know, I graduated from college. You know, I had my BA. You know, I got a full scholarship to play ball. I've done that shit. I also say I'm successful in my career, but I haven't forgot where I come from. You know, I don't think that because, you know, a black person is working at McDonald's or they got a regular 9-to-5 job, you know, that somehow they failed or they didn't get properly educated. You know, that's not always the case. And it's important for us to realize that because we're quick to tear down our own people but praise other people. So, you know, I just wanted to put that out there. But you guys give me your feedback if you want. I'm out. Peace.